Marcus Rashford collapsed on the pitch during a routine drill as Thomas Tuchel watched in horror. It wasn't a clash with another player. It wasn't a twisted ankle. It wasn't something you could see coming from the sideline. This is serious. Nothing like this has ever happened days before a World Cup campaign kicks off. And there's a detail the FA still hasn't confirmed publicly that makes it even worse. And the behind-the-scenes fallout hasn't even fully surfaced yet. Over the next few minutes, you're going to understand exactly what happened on that training ground and why this has sent shockwaves through England's entire World Cup preparation. When something like this happens during pre-World Cup intensity, it's not just a medical issue. This is about squad depth, about team morale, about whether Tuchel's training protocols pushed players beyond what their bodies could handle after a brutal club season. The dressing room is already fractured by uncertainty. And the behind the scenes of this is far worse than what the official silence suggests. It all started on Tuesday afternoon at England's training base. The team was running a high-intensity pressing sequence, the kind of drill Tuchel has made his signature, demanding everything from his players in the lead-up to the biggest tournament of their lives. Marcus Rashford was tracking back on the left flank, moving through the middle of the pitch near the center circle, just 20 meters from where Tuchel stood observing. He was keeping pace with the intensity, doing what he's done thousands of times before. Then, without warning, Rashford's pace fractured. He slowed. He stopped completely. The moment stretched into something heavier than silence. Then he doubled over. The sound that followed carried across the entire pitch. Immediate, unmistakable, visceral. Jude Bellingham's head snapped toward him. Declan Rice stopped moving. Tuchel's expression shifted from observation to pure alarm in a fraction of a second. The manager stepped forward instantly. Medical staff moved toward Rashford within seconds. One of the coaches put a hand on Tuchel's shoulder. Nobody blew a whistle. The drill simply ended. The silence that followed was heavier than any shout. But to understand why this moment matters so much, you need to know what led to it. Marcus Rashford arrived at England camp, carrying the weight of a turbulent 2024-25 season with Manchester United. His form has been inconsistent, the tactical reshuffles have been constant, and speculation about his fitness and focus has followed him everywhere. He played significant minutes in back-to-back fixtures for United just days before joining the England camp. Sources close to the squad assure us that the medical department had flagged concerns about fixture congestion across the Premier League, but Rashford's presence in every training session suggested no official red lights had been raised. Here's where it gets even more serious, because according to information circulating behind the scenes, a coaching staff member allegedly noticed Rashford's breathing and his complexion during the warm-up, but didn't flag it formally to the medical team. And there's a detail that changes everything. A video shot by someone on the coaching staff's phone captured the exact moment of collapse, and it's been circulating in small circles. If that leaks publicly, the narrative explodes. This didn't come out of nowhere. On one side, you've got Rashford's supporters, players like Harry Kane, who's shared a dressing room with him for years and knows his resilience firsthand. They're arguing that elite athletes are constantly pushed to their limits, and that one physical episode doesn't define his fitness or his commitment to the World Cup. Kane and veterans in that camp understand the pressure elite forwards face. On the other side, the medical analysts and performance staff are genuinely concerned that this reveals something deeper. Fatigue, overload, Maybe even that Tuchel's intensity miscalculated where individual players were at in their readiness. Jordan Pickford, England's captain, is caught between loyalty to a teammate he respects and the mission ahead. And in the middle, players like Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice are processing what this means for the squad's stability heading into the most important tournament of their careers. The dressing room has exploded with anxiety. Bukayo Saka, Rashford's primary rival on the left wing, is suddenly positioned as a potential beneficiary if Rashford is sidelined. But there's no celebration there, only genuine concern for a teammate. Thomas Tuchel has said almost nothing publicly, which only fuels the speculation. The FA released a statement saying they're monitoring the situation, but they've offered zero detail on the cause or the timeline for Rashford's return. Social media erupted within 20 minutes of reports emerging. Fans are split between defending Rashford's professionalism and demanding answers about whether England's pre-World Cup workload has become unsustainable. The press is circling, asking questions nobody is willing to answer yet. Now, Tuchel is caught between two impossible decisions. If he benches Rashford immediately pending full medical assessment, he removes a world-class attacker from preparation and sends a signal to the squad that something is seriously wrong. That could trigger panic. But if he clears Rashford to continue full training without conclusive medical data, he risks another collapse. Or worse, a serious injury that derails World Cup selection entirely. The clock is ticking because the next England fixture is the real test of his availability. And every day that passes without clarity is another day the dressing room uncertainty grows. The medical department faces pressure to move fast, but also to move carefully, and there's no margin for error. This moment has changed everything for England's World Cup campaign. The weight of what happened on that training pitch has rippled through the entire preparation. Look, this is far from over. This is the information circulating so far, but over the next few hours and days, new details are going to drip out, and they could completely shift how we understand what happened. Over to you. Is Marcus Rashford's episode a one-off physical reaction that any athlete could experience? Or is it a warning sign that England's pre-World Cup intensity has pushed the squad beyond what's sustainable? Write it down below. And if you don't want to find out about the next bombshell after everyone else, subscribe and turn on notifications now. Because when this fully unfolds, you'll want to be the first to know, not the last.